Behind me is a Bill's. This is now a reasonably big chain. This one is in Covent Garden, but there's so many of them on the website, there's kind of too many for me to count. So, is it any good? I don't know. Well, as a wise food blogger once said, let's give it a go. Bill's is one of those restaurants that I know nothing about. I've never been to one. I've never really known anyone who kind of, you have people who kind of like, oh, you've got to go to XYZ because it's really good. I've never known anyone really rave about it. And I think the reviews I've seen online haven't been like, I don't know. And I haven't gone online to look because I didn't want to be prejudiced. So this one is in Covent Garden, and I will say that there was a massive queue getting in, and everyone was booking, and I just walked up and I had to wait a bit, which was fine because I hadn't booked and it was really busy. And getting in here, I was sort of surprised at the menu. It seems less I don't really know what sort of food I was expecting, but I do know I was expecting quite premium pricing, and it's not really landing premium at all. They've got a number of brunch options, and brunch is top left of the menu, so it's obviously a bit of a thesis about what they're doing there. And I wouldn't normally get brunch, but I think I might because I keep getting kind of the same things as we're doing more and more of these. They've got some smaller plates, they've got a bunch of mains, so they've got like a duck curry, which actually I was really attracted to conceptually, but it's like, well, it's got like a Thai food kind of vibe to it, and I was like, well, I might as well go to a Thai restaurant to do that. They do a steak, don't really want a steak, they do a burger, and I'm really at the minute off burgers. Pancakes, they're trying to upsell you on pancakes everywhere, but unfortunately I'm on such a level of glucose control at the minute, pancakes is out for me. So what is it I am going to get? I think I've got interestingly, they do a Big Bill's brunch, which is highlighted. Right straight after that, there's like a vegetarian option. It's not a vegan option because it's got eggs on it. They do a brunch burger, they do a plant equivalent, they do avocado on toast, steak, egg and chips. Steak, egg and chips would be really good. Eggs Benedict. Eggs Benedict is such a nice breakfast thing. Eggs roux, whatever that is. Eggs, avocado, Florentine as a vegetarian option. You can have chips with your Eggs Benedict. That's an interesting idea. All right, let me get this ordered and see what we have. Well, this is the first time I tried using a dual camera setup to do the food, and it's reasonably embarrassing sitting in the middle of a restaurant with, a load of filming equipment, but, let's try and bring it alive a bit more. So the chips, obviously always interested in the chips. These have got some things on them. I don't know what they are. Oh, it's salt. Okay, cool. I'm going to try a couple of the chips. Oh, I need some sauce. I always need sauce, and I always forget to ask. I need some seasoning. Okay, let's try a few more of these. Oh wow, no, they're a bit quite substandard. Nothing, actually, disappointingly, nothing special about the chips. Trying a bit of hummus. You know what they're like? They are weirdly like, no shade on Burger King's chips, they are weirdly like Burger King's chips. Yeah, I mean, well, the hummus is okay. So, trying to main event. So actually, turns out I forgot to turn on the second camera. Let's try again. All right. Well, I have confirmed the second camera is on. It's what should we try? Let's try. Weirdly, I can't really see it. Let's try some of the salad first. Okay, let's try some of the bread. Friend of mine, really good friend of mine, makes the most incredible homemade hummus. And if anyone knows anyone in Bill's recruitment or restaurant development team, menu development team, let me know, because her stuff would. Okay, yeah, it's very supermarket. I think that's how I describe it. The bread is cold. Let's try some of the chicken. It's nice. The chicken's nice. It's got kind of like a fruity tang to it. I think the impression I get is I could make this. Like, you know when you go to Sainsbury's, they're going to have kind of like the fresh deli picnicky kind of stuff. It's that. I mean, it's not like that. I think it is that. Okay, well, I'm going to reconfigure my table so that I can finish my lunch, and yeah, let's see where we get to. I'm going to try and keep this brief rather than it just being 5 minutes of me complaining, because it could easily turn into being 5 minutes of me complaining. Now I'm back at the W in Leicester Square, again the quietest, most underrated bar in London. It is me and about 3 other people in here. I've got my coffee. They even gave me a little homemade biscuit, which is fantastic. That, by the way, is how you do customer service. So okay, so you know the rules. Let's have a look. So ambience is interesting in there because they're trying to do like a kind of a cafe vibe. There's lots of different kind of tchotchkes and little kind of bits and pieces around. It's nice. I mean, it's kind of like it's a Disney version of what an authentic cafe looks like, but it's okay. So I think, yeah, because I think my impression of the ambience was marred by the fact that I was stuck right in the middle and trying to film with 2 cameras, 2 tripods, microphone, etc. in the middle of somewhere definitely takes the edge off. So I'm going to factor in. I'm going to give it 3.5 for ambience. The service, I'll tell you what's interesting about doing more of these and really paying attention to what the service is like. I felt really awkward. I guess it was slow. The service was slow, and it was friendly enough, bit perfunctory. I'm going to give that a 2. So the food, how do you score the food? It was catering food. It was supermarket food. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's like I've gone out to eat. I don't want to just have someone plate up a load of stuff that I could buy from Sainsbury's. The hummus was more of a kind of a creamy rather than a sort of more textured hummus. And again, my level of kind of hummus appreciation is this friend of mine who just makes unbelievably good hummus. But even if you went to Sainsbury's and got like a Ramona's hummus, it's not really the fact it was supermarket stuff. It felt more like own brand supermarket stuff. I can't remember that name of that fancier hummus you get in supermarkets, but Ramona's I buy quite a lot, and that's really tasty. The salad, there wasn't much flavour to it. The chicken was nice. I mean, that particular dish was kind of buried in the corner of the menu, and I think they wanted to sell more stuff, and obviously a bit of a brunchy place. I think as a sidebar, I will say it's not very evening destinational. Like it would be, I think it'd be a mistake to go there for dinner. It's more of a kind of a on the hoof. Do you want something a bit fancier? Money for the price. You should just go to. If you're on the hoof, you should just go to Nando's. Yeah, I'm going to give the food. I'm going to give it 1.5. I think it was just really thoughtless, and I think that it has to be so difficult when you want to make a go of your restaurant business. Sorry, so it's going to sound a bit funny. Like I want to go, having done a few more of these and understanding more what it is I'm doing, I want to go to a restaurant for dinner. I don't want to go to a business for dinner. And when you go to somewhere like Bill's, it just exudes this feel that everything is really cost reduced. Everything is driven out of fear of having to explain it to the investors. Like it has to return a profit in a very difficult industry. So I said I'm not going to turn this into 5 minutes of complaining, but that's really what I got. So anyway, food 1.5. The price, I paid 24-ish for that. I didn't actually look at the receipt, see if they had service on it, but it's kind of, that was a Diet Coke. Also, by the way, everyone's getting binned a point for giving me a Diet Coke out of a can. I'm only interested in a restaurant if your carbonated cola beverage is draft, right? I guess the price was all right. I mean, yeah, if you're just taking the price on its own, I had a decent amount of food for £24. Yeah, so I'll give the price 3.5. So what does that give us as a total? So taken together for bills, that's a total score of 2.6. So I'm doing a website for this where I'm kind of listing out all of the places which are good and all the places which are bad. And straightforwardly, a good place has got to score more than 3 and a bad place has got to score less than 3. Now, I'm a software engineer by trade, so I know that if it's exactly 3, it has to fall on one of those. So I'm going to say if it's exactly 3, it's going to be good. Thanks anyway. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, there's a button for that. If you didn't like this video, I'm sorry. But if you like my videos generally, it would be of tremendous help if you would subscribe and help me grow the channel. I've got a Patreon going as well, which you can find a link to that on the YouTube page. But as I say, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.